Show. My name is Jon Stewart. It has been 2 weeks since the election. Feels like 2 months.
What do I think about Vivek cutting veterans funding? That just makes it easier for the left to win. Personally, if I'm being honest, if the Republicans go in there and do like libertarian cutting, first of all, it'll cause the economy to crash, number one. And number two, it will radicalize so many people that are currently not recruitable to our side. Like if the Republicans go in there and like cut a bunch of veterans benefits, that would be the single best thing they could do for socialism that I can think of. Just having like all veterans pissed off at the right wing would be carnation revolution shit. So it's like, obviously I don't want veterans to be hurt by budget cuts that I think are fucking stupid. But if the Republicans did that, it would be good for the left. It would be very accelerationist coded for sure.
So it's been 15 years since the election. It's been, I mean, this was me, election night. Oh. Was I ever that young?
What's the elevator pitch for socialism, DSA, after the election? Well, the answer is like, the status quo is not working for regular people. You know, in the last 35 to 40 years, we've seen income inequality skyrocket, while the bottom, like 80% of this country is worse off. The average age for a person who buys a home is now 56 years old in America. If you're not a senior citizen, America is not working for you. And we need to get these billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeffrey Bezos and Zuckerberg and a bunch of faceless oil billionaires you've never heard of into line. We can build a robust society that cares for everybody's basic needs, helps us all fill our full potential, and even more importantly, saves the planet from imminent destruction due to climate change and war. Only the left, only DSA, and only socialists and social democrats are even proposing solutions that come anywhere near solving the crises we face. Like, that's why we need a radical change in direction. Not because I am myself internally a radical person. I don't intuit toward radical solutions. My radical politics is because I have objectively, empirically looked at the information that's before us and seen that the status quo isn't working. And the overwhelming majority of Americans and people in the Western world agree with me. And so that leaves us a final question. Do you want socialism or do you want barbarism? That is the choice that is laid before us. Do you want to live in a heating planet with billions of climate refugees, out of control pollution, and corporate oligarchy? Or do you want to live in a society where workers and people from the middle classes and the working classes are who society supports, where the ecology is in balance, and where we can all take care of each other and end fucking pointless and destructive war? Pick your side. For some reason, I ended up a centrist last night, and they weren't centrists, they were conservatives. Yeah, centrism is just another word for conservatism.
Young?
Isn't that stat skewed by people who are buying their second or third home? I think the average age for first-time home buyers is 35. No, it's 38, which is fucking terrible. Seeing how you become an adult at 18. The average age for a first-time home buyer is 38. The average age for home buyers in general in this country is 56. How could you like start a family if you're not buying your first home till you're almost 40? Please stop saying 38 is old. It hurts me. It's not that 38 is old. It's just, if you're not getting into the property ladder into 38 and you get a 30-year mortgage, just do the math. You're not paying off your mortgage until you're 68. That's after retirement. You're supposed to have your home paid off in your like 50s. So you can start saving the money that you used to pay into your mortgage. You now have your home, so you have that security, right? And you take the money you would have spent on your mortgage and you put that into savings for retirement. That's what you do from, 55 to 65 or to 70. You have that 10, 15 years period where you don't have to pay these an expensive mortgage, and you can save that money so that you're ready. So when you can no longer work, you have a home, so that's safe and locked up, and that's your financial security. You have 10, 15 years of working where you can save for retirement, and then you have what you've saved for retirement. I mean, you should be saving the whole time, but I'm just saying, like, this is the logical of having a society where being someone who works for a living actually works. I'm 42 now and just got my second home. I sold my first to a veteran and his wife. Yeah, veterans get VA loans, which are government subsidized loans. That's one of the like, if you're an American, you want to hear the dirty little secret? America is a social democracy for veterans. If you're not a veteran, it is a howling wilderness of anarcho-capitalism. And you should understand that the wealthy do that on purpose, right? Like, if you don't mollify all the people who have military training, they'll take over the fucking country and they'll throw your ass out. So veterans get all sorts of social democratic benefits to keep them down. That's why cutting veterans benefits would be hilariously disastrous for the Republican Party and for capitalism as a whole. 80% of houseless people are veterans as well. I mean, yeah, true. There's downsides like getting horrifying PTSD. That's a risk.
Saddle up, la résistance! Because if you remember, before Trump won the election, Democrats were clear-eyed about the stakes.
It's time that fascism is called fascism, and Americans know exactly what they're voting for.
He is paving the way to become a Vladimir Putin or to become an Adolf Hitler.
He is a threat to democracy.
He is a clear and present danger to our democracy, to our way of life.
The damage may be irreversible, the destruction could be unthinkable, and it would be a betrayal of everything that our framers fought for.
You're not even going to look up? You're not even going to... a little
Well, John, it's his first time reading the speech.
Contact, a little inflection could drive the danger thing. You give it a little...
Like, isn't VA aid known to be extremely poor? No. The VA system has the highest satisfaction rate of any medical system in America. The anti-VA shit... Bernie Sanders significantly increased the quality of VA care with the only major piece of one of the only major pieces of legislation that Obama signed in his second term. It was the McCain-Sanders VA reform bill. Is the VA perfect? No. But compared to like regular Americans at age 55, it's a quadrillion times better.
It's kind of a load-bearing adverb.
I was arguing with the liberal friend. He said the market is a perfect entity that's ruined by human nature. It might be the funniest thing I've ever heard. Markets are inherently an artificial construction that requires extensive state intervention to exist, and that has always been the case. And when somebody says market, that is such a open-ended term. I oftentimes don't even know what they're talking about. Perfect in regards to addressing human need, by the way. I guess we should tell the Irish about how great the British market system was when millions were starving to death and grain was being exported for profit during that entire period. I guess that is or the Bengalese in India. The market. Holy fucking shit. Hey guys, remember when we couldn't buy toilet paper during the pandemic? The market was working really well. Legitimately, what your friend said is just religion. That's it. That's just a statement of religion. Can you explain what the point is the U.S. is attacking Russia? What do they gain besides growing the war machine? The war machine licks its own... I'll explain this to you very quickly. This is the way. Oh my god. This will explain it.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and are not clothed. This world in arms is not spending money alone. It is spending the sweat of its laborers, the genius of its scientists, the hopes of its children. The cost of one modern heavy bomber is this: a modern brick school in more than 30 cities. It is 2 electric power plants, each serving a town of 60,000 population. It is 2 fine, fully equipped hospitals. It is some 50 miles of concrete. We pay for a single fighter plane with 500,000 bushels of wheat. We pay for a single destroyer with new homes that could have housed more than 8,000 people.
We cannot keep giving more money to the Pentagon than it needs when millions of children in our country are food insecure, when 140 million Americans cannot afford the basic necessities of life without going into debt.
By the way, chat, Bluesky. I am officially on Bluesky. I finally posted on Bluesky. So if you want to follow me on Bluesky, do so now. Everybody like me on Bluesky. I'm also going to start making TikToks, chat. That's my new project. The other thing, speaking of things that are going to be happening, I am going to Austria. I'm going to be visiting Austria for a couple weeks. I believe I should have no interruption in my streaming schedule. So you look good at the PFP. That's me when I actually have decent lighting, number one, which I don't have in my stream room, and have a camera that is not a Logitech. I'm using the same webcam that I got for like $50. It was like a gift from a viewer. So I'm going to Vienna. We will be doing IRL streams from some of Vienna's sites. Kannst du Deutsch sprechen? Ja. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. You look like you're about to release your 90s grunge album. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so you're surveying possible escape plans. Yes. Austria is the worst idea then? They're not in NATO, bro. Why would that be the worst idea? Anyway, yeah, so I will be doing some IRL stuff. We're going to go to the Schönbrunn. I'm going to try to figure out, maybe I could do some like fun socialist tours. Should be fun. We could go to Karl Marxhof. Maybe I could I might reach out to some of the social democratic government and see if I can look at some of the social and public housing tour. I don't know. I might not be able to pull that off, but we'll see. We'll see. Gemeindebau, yeah. Maybe interview someone for the Communist Party. That sounds like fun as well.